A teacher, mentor, and mother. These are the roles that define a woman whose heart beats for the future of her students. This is the story of Teacher Chari.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh, how do you do? I am very well, I am very well, I am very
My name is
well.
Chari Gavino, but everyone calls me Teacher Chari, and I am the founder and the president of Center for Brighter Beginnings and the co-founder of the Island of Siargao Learning Academy. My father passed away when I was 15 years old. He had cancer. So I had to send myself to college. And so the entire time I was in college, I was a working student. I worked with McDonald's as a member of the local store marketing team. Part of our job is to implement marketing activities and to handle birthday parties. There were times that I handled 4 birthday parties in a day. It was very tiring, but I learned to really love that job. My degrees in psychology and AB guidance and counseling led me to my true north. When I was in fourth year college, we had a requirement in the subject psychology of learning. We were to visit a school and to observe the behaviors of learners in the classroom. And I found myself in preschool, not just any ordinary preschool. It was one that leaned on the philosophies of progressive education. It was like I was sprinkled with magical pixie dust with what I saw and what I experienced that day, that I found my niche, I found my true love, and I discovered my purpose. That was to teach very young children. And that was the start of my small dream, to build my own small progressive school. It's really very challenging, especially when you're young. I was 24 when I put up CDB. I did everything from the cleaning to the teaching. Everything I did on my own. I had very little savings that time. So with what I had, I started a small school with only 8 children. And now we have more than 200. And now we have grade school. We have grade 5 already. A challenging part also would be to build the trust, to build that rapport with parents. And another one would be to create and develop a very good program. The role of early childhood education really is to lay that solid foundation in learning for all the children in our care. So that has been our vision, and we have provided that. It's nice to know that anywhere our CBB babies go, that's what we call them, because they start here when they're 1.5 years old. So when they go out in the world, they actually excel in academics, they excel in sports. So that would be the foundation that we have helped them with, a very solid one. And with teachers, we provide them the training that they need so that they can implement and utilize the research-based programs that we have efficiently and effectively. And for families, this is something that I am really very proud of, that families become friends. Our teachers, me, myself, in the end, we create that bond with the families that we work with.
When we return, learn more about CBB's milestones and hear from people Teacher Chari has inspired to keep shining. Previously, Teacher Chari talked about her journey towards nurturing young minds. Now let's take a closer look at the impact she's making.
Something that I really work hard on all these years is to really update myself in terms of the new trends in early childhood education, especially those that are research-based. And I feel very blessed and fortunate that I have access to trainings that are really updated. There was a time that I was given the opportunity to work with the City Social Welfare and Development Office to be able to train the daycare workers of the entire city. And in one of the trainings, right after my sharing with the daycare workers, one daycare worker went to me and she said, "Pwede ba kita ihag?" "Bakit naman, ma'am?" "Of course, pwede, pero bakit gusto mo ako ihag?" Kasi 23 years na akong nagtuturo and ngayon ko lang nalaman lahat ng shinare mo. Ang dami-dami kong natutunan ngayon. Para kang anghel na nahulog sa langit. So with what she said, it was really an eye-opener for me that our public daycare workers really need training. And because I have access to this and they do not have, because I am lucky and blessed, I really felt that I really need to pay it forward. We've been doing outreach programs because we feel that the heart of everything that we do is service to the community and service to others. And we did not really realize that there are award-giving bodies. One time they came here, they said that CBB was nominated for Region 11's search for most outstanding volunteers. And we did not really expect that. And I said, no, we do outreach programs because we want to do it. But they said, I didn't have any choice. I had to do it. And we have all of these recognitions. We're very proud that the way we share, the way we pay it forward is recognized.
Okay, we were granted last 2024 Level 3 recognition by the Early Childhood Care and Development Council of the Philippines. We are the first in the entire Davao City to be granted recognition. And it's Level 3. Level 3 means that the center is a center of excellence. And we got the perfect score. Something to be really proud of.
The thing I love about Teacher Chari is about how kind she is and how open she is when we talk about what we want in the school, and every time I feel uncomfortable, I always want to go to her office.
Well, I feel like she's always a great listener and she always leaves room for improvement and she always listens to our feedback and tries her best to give us everything that we want in a school.
If I'm being honest, I feel like if you are a child of someone who is a business owner, it's kind of indirectly implied as you're growing up that you have to take over the business. And when I told my mom that I want to try to do something else outside of CBB, she was very open and very supportive of me. I've always seen my mom as Teacher Chari, so I've seen both of the roles that she plays. I see her as my mom at home, and here I see her as Teacher Chari. So I think a lot of kids or a lot of us, we forget that our parents are also people outside of being parents. So that's something that's very special to me. She does this because this is really what she wants to do. Like, this is her calling in life, but also because a big push for her is she wants to give me and my brother a life that she didn't have growing up. And the way I see education now is so different. I grew up in a traditional school. The way that I was taught was very different, and every time I see how our teachers teach our kids, especially math and in reading, I would always tell myself na baka siguro kung ganito ako tinuruan. When I was younger, I wouldn't hate math so much if the way that I was taught was the way we teach now. Whatever program my mom has built, me personally, naniniwala talaga ako sa program namin because I wish that that's how I was taught. Lately, for the past couple of years, I realized that all of our teachers and our staff all have little bits of Teacher Chari in them. She gives herself, not just to the kids, but to our staff and to our teachers. So even the new ones, I know that there's a little sprinkle of Teacher Chari in them. Everyone that she touches here will help cement CBB's legacy. There's a very CBB way of doing things, and that's not something that I can explain. It's something that you have to experience either as a student or as an employee. That way is something that we will continue in the coming years. No matter how far we go, there's always going to be that drive in me to make sure that the values, the morals, the principles that my mom used to build this is maintained.
One thing I'm very proud of today is we already have a branch in Tagum. I cannot help but go back to the time of the pandemic. It was one of the most difficult time of CBB. I almost permanently closed the school, but I did not want to be a part of the statistics of schools that closed. We are very thankful to Leo and Butchoy. They are our partners, so we may carry on with the mission to provide quality education and care to all the children under our wing. Together, we will forge CBB to reach greater heights for the children of Davao and Tagum.
Okay, what excites me the most is building new campuses for CBB. We are the pioneer in progressive education in Davao City, and now we are expanding our reach to Tagum. So we are also expanding our reach to the children that we are going to be taking care of and the families that we will be working with. The recognition and honors that we have received are simply the icing on the cake that strongly validate our pursuit for excellence in providing a sturdy foundation that will anchor our students' future school life. As teachers, we continue to learn and pivot to accommodate new strategies that will benefit our students with the ever-changing demands of our society. I will continue building schools, I will continue learning, and I will keep shining.